This boat is dirty. Well, I got the plug in it, and there's a little rainwater in there. The Predator obviously has a built-in plug, which you would have to take in and take out, like a regular boat. It's got a semi-planing hull, and in the Bass Raider, I added scuppers like you would see in a kayak. There's one there, there's one over there. And the difference is, if you leave them in the water, the Bass Raider will drain by itself, just like a sit-on-top kayak, whereas this one would have to be taken out of the water, or I would have to add a bilge pump. The advantage to the Predator is that I can fit a 9.8 on it, and that really makes it boogie, as opposed to the Bass Raider, which is really best suited with a 5-horse motor, and even then only after I reinforced the transom the way that I did. This has a flatter deck, makes it easier for the dogs to get on and off. You may have seen that in an older video of mine. This one I'd probably have to remove the seat and put a deck up here somehow, or carpet it at the very least, so that the dogs don't slip around. Anyways, I'm telling you all this because I'm trying to determine which of these that I would like to take with me on this long journey that I'm planning. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one I'm going to take. I'm leaning towards the Bass Raider, just because it's easier. I don't know. I'm curious about your opinions. This one is obviously faster. It's got a longer range because of the external gas tank, although I could just take a little gas tank on the Bass Raider. Indecision is setting in. Meanwhile, I'll give you a little tour of Kon-Tiki here, show you what I've been up to, because you're probably like, Marty, you haven't made videos. What have you been doing? Well, I've been busy. Right in front of me is the ladder, and you can see there are new treads. This is one of the old treads, significantly smaller, starting to fall apart. These are bigger and stouter. This one will get replaced, and it'll integrate into this. There's a dead bug. Oh my God, the boat is just it's a mess. But that's because I've been building stuff. Like here, there's new stairs. Inside there is going to be bins. I'll fit 2 of them. There's one that goes here. As you can see, I'll have a place for my oil pump extractor kit, and I'll have old rags and replacement filters in there. It's nice to have a place for stuff. When I put the other 2 bins here, I don't know what I'll put there, rain gear maybe, or extra lines, stuff that you'll need while you're underway. There's another storage bin that I'm in the middle of building. This one will come off. There'll be another bin there with dog food, and over here there'll be another hatch in which I can store stuff, and it makes a much bigger, more comfortable step for getting on and off the boat. Up front, I've already started to replace some of the old things that were nasty and grody. Obviously that's going to have to get cleaned and painted. Oh my gosh, look at this, my poor Kon-Tiki. That's easy enough to fix and replace. Yeah, the window covers are sewn together. Here's the, oh, I forgot to clean up my shavings, but yeah, this has got a nice railing on it now. And the dogs have been up and down when I take down the enclosure. And you can see this one has got the sunshade down and this one doesn't. The sunshade is not quite built yet. I could take you up there and I'll show you. I'm gonna have to figure out a doorway there. Probably just a little simple thing to hold this up. You can see these are pinned in place. They're not sewn yet, but I have it all figured out. This big sunshade will roll up when it's not in use, and there'll be a window behind it. And all of the isinglass is done. The corner pieces, this one isn't bungeeing down, so hopefully it pulls a little tighter, get some of the wrinkles out. There's another sunshade. It's ready for sewing. And you can see out the front window. It's starting to feel like a ship now, you know, where I sit down at the helm and I'm enclosed and I'm looking through windows instead of just out of the flybridge. Of course, I'll be able to roll the isinglass up too if I need to. If it's just a beautiful day and we're not expecting rain, but while I'm underway, I'll be able to completely get out of the weather. I found homes for stuff like PFDs, and here I built an armrest with a cup holder, and this will be right here next to where I'm going to be spending a lot of time. Here is storage for Plano boxes and such. Right now I got bungees, and this one's empty. That one's got fishing lures. I'll have my hardware in there eventually. You know, nuts, bolts, screws, little place for trash there. I've got a 110 outlet now, and anchor light. This will turn the inverter on, which is down below. Man, you can barely see in there, but I built a fiberglass hutch for this stuff, so anything that drips down will stay off of my charge controller and my inverter. I've got a new, oh my god, it's so dark in here, but yeah, there's a fuse panel, and that runs the electronics upstairs. Batteries are in the cooler, and you can see it's vented in case they outgas hydrogen, so it doesn't go boom. But what's neat is that this 40-year-old boat now has batteries with new wires going to from the charge controller, which is being run by the solar panels up top, to a brand new fuse block, and that runs my Lowrance system, which I should be able to turn on. Boom, there it goes. Because of the old wiring on the boat, this thing was having trouble powering up. That is no longer the case. I've got a USB charger right here, which will feed my phone, which I can put right there. This will be Navionics or music or whatever. I have a new Bluetooth stereo, and this here might come in handy. Brand new antenna on the outside right there. And again, there's a little stairway for doggies to get up and in. They figured that out really quick. And I can picture them hanging out here, either on the bench or on the grass, and hanging out with me. Let's turn this off. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I have been busy, and I'm getting a lot closer to being ready to go. I mean, really close. I'm talking a week or two before I do a shakedown cruise. Oh boy, I like crawling in and out of my little man cave there. You can see we got a little tiny drizzle this morning on the panels. Mr. Tiki still needs to be attached a little better. Yeah, so I'm going to be taking a little bit of time off. There's other things to show you, but in due time. And yeah, I'll probably take a long weekend. Mike will take his boat, I'll take mine. Meantime, I'm going to try to figure out which dinghy to bring on the big trip, and then I got to figure out which kayak to bring. I mean, I've got a lot of choices, and as far as the kayaks go that I have in the rental business, it's going to stay, but I'm going to give it to my friend Todd. Well, we made arrangements. I'm not just going to give it to him, but he's going to get it at a pretty good deal, and all of it gets to stay here. So if you're looking to rent a kayak while you're in town, you can still come here and enjoy this little section of river. You might want to bring a thermocell in case it gets buggy. But yeah, that's what I've been up to for the past couple of weeks. I've been very, very busy. I'm hoping this week to finish the sewing. I've probably gone through 3,000 yards of thread to put the isinglass up and the sunshades, and all the grommets that I put in there. It hurts my brain to think about it. Other big projects like the solar panels and stuff, I filmed for that, and I'll get to that, and then I'll get to just getting out on a kayak soon, because later this week we're going to get a cold front. I think we're going to have what is it, a high of 79 in a couple days. Woohoo! So it's finally fall almost in Florida. My sympathies to everybody up north who's already seen snow or something. I guess I might get to experience that too on my trip. More about that later. Hopefully I have some more videos coming now that the weather's cool and my huge projects are starting to slow down. But we'll see. I'll give you an update soon. Catch you later.